Good evening, friends. I welcome you all to the Hindu and the Business Line editorial analysis on June 16th, 2022. Today, I am going to discuss first about the COVID 19's response. If at all the fourth wave is coming to hit us. The title of the article is A Ground Plan for COVID 19 Response. The article begins by saying that epidemiological studies have shown that a fourth wave cannot be coming. The third wave was just carried on by the Omicron virus, that is B111529, and there emerged BA2, BA3, and BA4 viruses. Those are all called Omicron viruses, and these have receded. The third wave of COVID 19 had a peculiarity that the the population already had taken 2 doses of vaccines, and the vaccination and the first infection. Some people had the first infection. Along with that, 2 doses of vaccinations had been completed. So the third wave was not so much deadly. First of all, let us understand what is epidemiology. Epidemiology is the scientific study of the distribution and the causes of a health situation among populations. For example, the epidemiological studies between the smokers and the non-smokers showed that there is correlation between smoking and there is relationship between smoking and cancer. So epidemiological studies have been just conducted. The first wave was very much deadly, and the number of cases was very much high. The second wave also caused so many deaths, and the second wave just outsmarted the first wave. The first wave was in between September 2020 and January 2021. The second wave started from April 2021 to, and it lasted till the end of August 2021. And the third wave was just falling in January 2022 to March 2022. So the first deadly waves were just keeping the death rates alarming, but the third wave was controlled and in check. The editorial article just goes on to explain that a fourth wave is ruled out. There are three factors necessary for a wave of COVID pandemics to arise. Now, India has already crossed 10,000 cases of COVID 19 infections, the Omicron infections. In the present wave, it cannot be said as a wave. The infections have reached more than 10,000. However, it is not going to spread to the extent of the deadly, or so to the extent of lethal or something like that. The third wave, the fourth wave is not coming. Three factors are necessary, as I said, for the waves to set in. One thing is the host. Host is you or me or any other person. Second is the agent. Agent is also known as pathogen. Pathogen is the virus which causes the disease. Third is the environmental factors. Now the environmental factors are very conductive for the spread of COVID, because now we cannot see anyone wearing a mask in a very large scale, and most of the restrictions and precautions which we had taken during the first and second waves have been, and this is the cause why the India's present number of cases have reached 10,000. But there is no chance that whatever the virus is causing the present waves is BA3 and BA4 viruses, which is the variant of Omicron and is not deadly. Most of the at least 88% of the population have got the 2 doses of vaccine. The third dose of vaccine has to be decided in a very planned manner, in which the editorial is saying, because the third dose of vaccine is not to be taken in mass. It is an individual preference. Whether to take the vaccine or not is the individual preference. Because now with the we have come to live with the COVID-19 infection, and we don't need a mass immunization program now. The genome studies, the genome sequencing to be conducted uh, for the patients who have been hospitalized and the severe infection cases. Genome sequencing is the study of the virus, that is, taking the samples and studying the RNA of the virus is called genome sequencing. So the article says that genome sequencing has to be conducted only in severe cases and the hospitalizations. And now the shift of the vaccination has moved from mass vaccination to individualized preferences. Come, let us study with the help of a diagram the first three waves of the COVID. Friends, now look at the picture. As can be seen from the picture, the rise and fall of India's first COVID wave was very much fast and deadly, and it started in March 2020 and reached to the peak on September 16, and it had its fall on 21st February 2021. So, number of hospitalizations were very large in number, and many of the COVID restrictions and precautions were there. It was during the first wave that government decided to vaccinate the people, and the vaccines were in production. And February, as can be seen from the picture, February 2021 started the second wave slowly and then reached to its peak in April 2021. And the second wave saw the mass deadly wave, and the many deaths occurred, and it outsmarted the first wave. It was during this second wave that government started vaccinating people. The first dose was administered, and then after some days the second dose was started, and the second dose was administered after 84 days. And you can see from the picture that on 30th April 2021 there were 386,452 new cases, 3,059 deaths, and 31 lakhs 70,228 active cases. The second wave was more deadly in terms of deaths and the number of active cases. It lingered from 1st April to 30th of July and the beginning of August. And the third wave was not much deadly, as can be seen from the picture. Though vaccines were administered in both the doses, the third wave still had to set, and there were 3,70,532 new cases, 380 deaths, and 19,24,051 active cases on 20th January 2022. This is being caused by the Omicron virus. There are certain days in which it reached 1,71,000 also, as you can see from the graph. However, having taken both the doses of the vaccine, the third wave was not so much deadly. The third wave was caused by B111.529 Omicron variant, and then came the BA2, BA3, and BA4 variants. But the Omicron was not so much deadly and dangerous, as can be seen from the death reports coming in. The first two waves, the first wave was characterized by non-vaccinated attack of the virus. The second wave was characterized by the first dose of virus plus the infection, that is hybrid infection or hybrid immunity, we can say that. And third wave was characterized by completely 2 doses of vaccinations had been administered to at least 60% of the population. Thank you, my dear friends.